Be careful of the tone that you're using to direct yourself inside of your head. We have to treat ourselves like we are people. We have to look out for ourselves too. You need to ensure that you'll be okay on your own, having done whatever you've done. We don't know what the future is. We don't know what's happening in the future. We don't know how we're going to evolve and change. And what I realized that I must value is happy moments. Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm back with another video. As you can see from the title, today I will be sharing 19. Oh, I forgot something important. Today is my birthday. Today I'm 19. Well, maybe not today actually, because I don't know what day you're watching this video. There's a good chance that you're watching this video on the today that you're in. Huh? It's not the today that I'm in. What? I'm just gonna start over. What am I gonna be doing in this video? I am going to be speaking about things that I learned over my 19 years. I'm gonna use my phone because I have the points written down on my phone. I'm gonna list 9 or 10 in this video and the rest will be next week. So I'm just gonna begin.
It's not unusual to be loved by...
Number 1. You will always be the only person that you will ever have to live with 24/7. Anything involving another person, friendships, relationships, any ship is precarious. You do not know what will happen, you do not know what can happen, regardless of how forever looking your relationship or bond may seem. So it's always important that you don't compromise yourself. Your head will always be attached to you, your thoughts will always be spiraling inside of your own head, and you need to ensure that you'll be okay on your own, having done whatever you've done. I'm not saying to hell with everyone else. I'm saying look out for yourself in a healthy and wholesome manner. Don't leave yourself behind. Next point. Number 2. Call yourself sweetheart, love, darling, all of these nicknames and pet names, because self-compassion, especially as a perfectionist, you'll be surprised the extent to which we treat others way better than how we treat ourselves. Whenever we fail or what we deem as failure, we are quick to condemn ourselves and beat up on ourselves and chastise ourselves. When someone else that we are in a relationship with, they will do the same thing and we are not as hell-bent on bringing them down. We give millions of second chances, ironically, to everyone else but ourselves. Even if you're not calling yourself nicknames literally, be compassionate with yourself. Be careful of the tone that you're using to direct yourself inside of your head. Ensure that it's not harsh and degrading. And think about it. If you were to treat them the way you treat yourself, would they still be around? Damn! Next, number 3. No one, absolutely no one has the right to silence your owls. Let me explain. When I say owls, I mean ow! Ow, that was actually hard. What I mean is, if you are hurt, you are hurt. Let me say this correctly. There's not no loophole. I am not saying that whatever reaction or action you take because of something someone did and you're in pain is condoned. I am saying the hurt that you feel is valid and justified. To really understand how much someone values you, watch their reaction when you express that you've been hurt by something that they've done. Do they ignore you? Do they immediately go on the defense? We are in a sad, hurtful world, okay? We're going to be hurt. Damn! And when you involve another person, that's double the hurt. Being hurt is inevitable. So someone does not have the right to tell you that you cannot get hurt by this. If you are hurt, full stop, period, end of discussion, next. Damn! Sorry, this is something that I get really passionate about because I am a sensitive person, right? If you are not as sensitive as someone else, that's okay, but you don't have the right to bring them down because they hurt quicker. So that brings me to a similar point, well, number 4. Living on Wall Street can be a pain in the ass. This is a family channel. You won't always get the highest returns on your investments. Sad but true. There are times when you are in a relationship and you are truly putting in way more effort, and it's important to recognize when you are. You have to recognize when the reciprocity is not there.
Reciprocity.
Because it can cause a lot of pain, which can be difficult sometimes. Actually, a counterpoint to this is that you have to understand someone's love language. Sometimes the reason that we think we're not getting back a certain quantity of effort is because we don't know how to recognize the effort. Because we're so accustomed to showing our love and affection by expressing it this way, by maybe using words. The other person may not be fluent in wordology. So they may be speaking another love language and we're just not familiar with that. So sometimes it's necessary to identify what love language your friend or whoever it is using. But yeah, for situations that are not like that, we really do have to try make sure we stop and question our relationships. I have a quote: if you are the only one keeping the ship afloat in the relationship, maybe it's time to let that ship sink. Number 5, there is an extremely blurred line between friendship and familiarity. Sometimes it's really important to sit down and question and interrogate if you are friends with someone or if you have known them for a really long time. Because I'm telling you, these are not equal to the same thing. These can be totally different things. Some circumstances, it can be both of them. You could have had a friend for a really long time. But some circumstances, I know it might sound simple, but it really isn't. It may take you a huge falling out. It may take you the hardest of circumstances to come to that realization. So it's just important to, as you grow in your relationships, to question the depth of the value and the authenticity of the relationships, not in a way that is catastrophic to the relationship, of course, but just in a way that is helpful to you, a way that will just help you understand where you stand. Number 6, they have never been you, they are not you, and they will never be you. So stop expecting them to be you. This is not a condemnation, this is actually a very compassionate appeal. Some things are beyond our character, and sometimes when someone else does it, it really affects us because we don't see how they could have just done this, because we may not have the same sensitivities, we may not have the same emotional intelligence, we may not have the same whatever it is, we're just not the same. So it's just important to keep reminding yourself when someone comes and expresses something to you, when someone says this, when someone does that, we are not that person. They are not obligated to act in the same way we do. That's actually diversity, not just diversity of body and looks and appearance, but diversity of mind is what makes this world. We are thinking differently, we are constructing things in our minds differently, we are seeing things differently, and that's beautiful. We just always need to realize that there's one you and not expect everyone to do what you would do. Yeah, that's it. Number 7, scabs can be reopened, which is something that I've learned in terms of healing. Healing is forever. If a scab can be reopened, it's going to require another set of bodily parts, platelets and whatever to repair that scab. In a similar manner, if a bruise in the mind gets re-irritated or whatever, it's going to require more energy and more effort mentally to find acceptance again. Healing is a chronic condition, not acute. Sorry, I love metaphors. Okay, it's not this acute, distinct thing that happens at this one stage of life. I mean, it can, but for serious things that have caused us a lot of pain, sometimes it's possible that we need to redo parts of this healing process later on in our lives at different stages and at different phases. Because there are a lot of things that I have thought that I was completely over with, or completely unhurt by, or just things that I thought that I had accepted that I had to learn to re-accept at a later stage of my life. So don't rush it, don't rush it. Because truth is, you will probably have to do it over again. Number 8. No matter how much you try to explain something to someone, if they don't understand, they don't understand. You cannot directly force this individual to understand you. There was this Instagram quote that, well, I don't know if it's an Instagram quote, I saw it on Instagram. People understand from their own depth of understanding. That is so true. And it's not something that you condemn them for. At the end of the day, you try your best, you try to express yourself in a good and calm manner, in a manner, a tone that is conducive for communication. You can't force someone to see from your eyes. Your eyes are in your head. You can't take them out and shove them in their own eyes, pull out their own eyes from their own sockets and put your eyes in and make them see. No, that's not practically possible, that's not physically possible, so that's not emotionally possible as well. Was that number 9 or number 10? I think it was number 9. Number 9. When you feel happy, marinate. Marinate. Bask. Soak up that happiness. I do not think that you need me to tell you that life is hard. And I was just speaking to someone recently where I was explaining that I feel like I've been on this quest to disprove the notion that life is bad, all bad, and prove instead that there is just as much good. And I don't feel like I have fulfilled that implied quest, that implied notion that life is good and bad equally, because to be honest, I still don't think it's equal, but that's another conversation for another day. But what I do really realize, and what I realize that I must value, is happy moments. So I have to tell myself to let me be happy. I think this is the end.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
If you watch all the way to here, no, seriously, I really appreciate it. A lot of the points and the ones that I listed in this video, I didn't get into detail with some of them or all of them, to be honest, but I am going to be expounding on them in different forms on this channel. I am going to be posting a lot more regularly come September, October. So if you enjoy my videos, first of all, thank you so much. Please stop. Okay, first of all, I just said first of all, yeah, so I should be on second of all. Second of all, stay tuned. Hit the subscriber button. Is the subscriber button here or is it here? The subscribe is here. Imagine if I'm doing this and it's actually over here. The camera screen showing me this, but in the screen, just click it, please. Like, comment, tell me if you related to any other things I said in this video. Thank you guys, and I will be in the comments of course because I have nothing else to do. I will be liking and responding. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to share, and yeah, be safe. Ash spoke.